When you see someone celebrating Charlie's murder, call them out. And hell, call their employer.
Hold on. The vice president wants me to try to get people fired from their jobs? First off, as a white woman, we've been doing that for years, okay? Stop appropriating our culture. But secondly, is this what we want? The vice president's job isn't to lead an online mob. The vice president's job is to... Okay, he doesn't really have a job, but you get...
Tonight, a political earthquake rocks the Trump camp as Senator JD Vance visibly unravels after comedian and commentator Desi Lydic dismantles him live on air. What started as a routine segment quickly spiraled into a viral nightmare, leaving Trump advisors scrambling and Vance clearly shaken. This was not ordinary criticism. It was a full-scale public embarrassment playing out in real time. Desi's roast did not merely land. It exploded.
Travels overseas, it's important for them to project strength and dignity, although an uninvited insect made that a little harder for President Trump. Damn, girl, you got moves. What is this? Is he voguing? Ronnie, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Jordan couldn't be more wrong. JD Vance is a terrifying prospect.
Is it because of his views on women's rights?
Yeah, and also because he has a beard. I'm sorry, but I do not trust a man if...
As the clip racked up millions of views, reports say Vance erupted behind the scenes. Sources claim his frustration boiled over as he blamed hostile media, coordinated attacks, and even his own communications team. At the same time, Trump allies privately admitted the exchange made Vance appear unprepared and overly sensitive. During an already tense election cycle, this was the last image the campaign needed. Instead of projecting Sonef.
But he's a very tough negotiator. That's not good.
Remember, call your doctor if your handshake lasts longer than 4 hours. But this is such a stark difference from how every other leader on this trip has interacted with Trump. Malaysia's throwing a concert for him, Korea's giving him crowns, everyone's kissing his ass. Then she comes in like his mom forced him to have a play date with a...
Desi Lydic, however, did not retreat on air. She doubled down, labeling Vance a political echo chamber and mocking his sudden evolution from Trump critic to Trump cheerleader. Her comparison to an unwanted buddy comedy instantly became a meme, fueling the backlash and spotlighting the contradictions the Trump campaign has struggled to bury. By the end of the segment, social media crowned Desi the clear winner. While Vance became the punchline, analysts are...
Beards hide things. Blackheads, whiteheads, lack of chin, too much chin. And he's open about all of his horrific policies. So if that beard is hiding something, it must be really bad.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Beards do not hide anything.
Oh, really? Not even a Sharpie dick?
Desi Lydic's commentary was anything but random. It was a carefully structured dismantling of Trump and JD Vance's political strategy. She opened with Trump's overseas misstep, the now infamous clip of him swatting a mosquito, using it as a symbol of what she called a chaos presidency in motion. Her delivery was sharp, and Vance's facial reaction spoke volumes. As Desi shifted her focus from Trump to Vance, she highlighted how he once criticized Trump's leadership.
The greeting was. The bigger question was what happened at that meeting. Trump said that China has been eating America's lunch for decades, and this was his chance to seal a major trade deal that finally makes things right.
President Trump back on Air Force One after his meeting with Chinese leader Xi Jinping, where the leaders agreed to a tentative truce in the trade war. That brings tariffs and other measures back to where they were before recent escalations.
He's basically reset the clock to...
Desi then delivered one of the most replayed lines of the night, calling JD Vance a human retweet. She explained that he does not present original ideas, but instead echoes Trump's talking points with forced enthusiasm and rehearsed conviction. The line exploded across social media, inspiring thousands of edits and reaction videos. The sting came from its accuracy. Vance once labeled Trump a cultural problem, yet now stands beside him applauding every statement no matter how.
Of Republican beauty trends. Y'all have been flooding my DMs to talk about JD Vance and his fierce eye makeup, so let's get into it. As a reminder, I am not a makeup expert or even someone who really regularly washes her face. Now, if we look closely, we can see that Vance has lined the inner corner of his eyes with a dark black. That could be to make his baby blues pop, or it could be to reflect the dark black part of his soul.
The moment that truly set off JD Vance came when Desi roasted Trump's habit of making dramatic pre-announcements, promising groundbreaking news without having anything prepared. She joked it was like a family member announcing they're trying for a third baby before confirming anything at all. She then mocked Vance for hyping Trump's vague promises, calling him the only man who takes notes during confusion. The audience loved the honesty. For Vance, the humiliation cut beeper because he had spent weeks defending Trump's cryptic statements in an effort to appear strategic. Desi instead framed him as the disoriented hype man of a chaotic campaign. Analysts say the segment exposed Vance's biggest challenge. He is trying to project leadership while constantly reacting to Trump's unpredictability when Desi shifted to Vance's viral eyeliner moment, joking that it looked like budget hillbilly glamour mixed with
No idea what you're announcing, do you? You're just gonna go into the next room and be like, guys, I promised them something big. Does anyone have anything good? I have 2 to 5 days, and don't say Jell-O shots, Pete. Next time, just come out when you're ready to say the announcement. We don't need a pre-announcement. This is worse than my cousin announcing that they're trying.
Desi then turned her focus to Trump's leadership style, calling authority through acoustics, the belief that shouting equals strategy. She contrasted Trump's booming speeches with JD Vance's quiet, rehearsed nods, mocking them as a duet of delusion. The line instantly trended and audiences embraced it as the perfect summary of their dynamic. One dominates the stage with noise, while the other follows with exaggerated loyalty. Commentators noted that Vance's excessive clapping and forced enthusiasm now attract more attention than his actual policy positions. Desi reinforced this by showing moments where Vance appeared lost, nodding along to statements that made little sense. The comedy landed because it revealed
Eyeliner is clearly an all-day wear from the Senate floor to CNN. So I'm gonna guess he's using either Maybelline Eye Stick in the shade Faux Hillbilly or Revlon Super Smudge in the shade Business Ewok. If I were Vance, I would actually recommend putting the liner under the waterline to create more of a doe-eyed look. But with this technique, he's certainly more of an eye.
Desi also revisited Trump's controversial habit of spending extensive time golfing during moments of global crisis. She played a clip of Trump cutting a ribbon at one of his golf properties and reminded viewers that he was still president at the time. The joke landed hard. Using humor, she highlighted how Trump often prioritizes branding over governing. She then turned to JD Vance, noting how he publicly defends these moments as strategic downtime despite privately acknowledging concerns about Trump's lack of focus. Desi argued that Vance has become the spokesperson for excuses, justifying anything Trump does to preserve his place in the hierarchy. Analysts say this dynamic is a major reason Vance's credibility.
The president capping off his trip by officially opening his latest golf course today in Scotland.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Just a reminder, this man is still the president of the United States. There's a lot going on in the world, and he's at a ribbon-cutting ceremony to promote.
Desi described Trump's rallies as a Make America Rewind tour, mocking how every speech recycles old promises, old slogans, and old grievances. She said Trump repackages failure as nostalgia, while JD Vance follows along like a student whose teacher keeps rewriting the textbook mid-lecture. The line sparked widespread debate, with commentators arguing that Trump's loyalty tests make Vance look less like a running mate and more like an accessory. Desi highlighted how Vance applauds every line, even when they contradict each other, suggesting he has surrendered his political independence. Analysts now say this dependency weakens his.
To be a truly earth-shattering and positive development for this country and for the people of this country.
Just want to make sure, is it really good news? Earth-shattering, wow. Okay, as long as I don't have to clean it up, I guess I'm in. Just tell me when exactly to tune in and I will clear my schedule.
To close her segment, Desi painted a vivid comedic picture of Trump-Vance campaign meetings. She imagined Trump tossing slogans around like confetti, while Vance desperately tries to turn them into coherent policy. She joked that Vance reacted to Trump's chaos with the energy of a man discovering caffeine for the first time. The cartoonish image went viral, but it resonated because insiders say it reflects real internal struggles. Reporters note that Vance's meltdown stemmed not only from embarrassment, but from fear that Desi's portrayal would stick and shape public perception during a critical election period. Sources claim that after the segment aired,
This is the perfect time for President Trump to meet the moment with his famous deal-making skills and master negotiating to end this shutdown.
President Donald Trump currently on his way to Asia for a high-stakes tour of the region.
Okay. Government will be here when you get back, maybe. Boys trip!
Desi Lydic's takedown was more than comedy. It reshaped the political conversation overnight. Trump's team is reportedly furious, worried the meltdown exposed vulnerabilities they work hard to conceal. JD Vance's reaction only confirmed concerns that he remains deeply sensitive to public criticism and uncertain about his political footing. Analysts now believe this moment could haunt him throughout the election, raising serious doubts about his ability to withstand national pressure. The Desi segment revealed a simple truth. Trump thrives on chaos, but JD Vance struggles under it.